Hello everyone, my name is Matt the Cyrandil, and welcome to The Sims 3 on Halloween, the spooky day. Normally when I play The Sims 3, or pretty much my entire Sims 3 career, I have spent it in Sunset Valley. It's the base game town, the one that comes with the thing. Everybody has, access to everything right there in that town with every expansion. You can get the new stuff in there. So I never really saw a reason to play the other hoods, but that was the old me before I played all of the hoods in Sims 2 and all that for a certain amount of time. So I thought, since it is the spookiest of days, that I create a new town or a new save in Moonlight Falls. Moonlight Falls, with its misty waterfalls, deep forests, and fog-shrouded coves, Moonlight Falls casts a spell on all who enter. The town was founded centuries ago by two immigrant families, the Van Goulds, extraordinarily long-lived and sun-adversed, and the Wolves, high-spirited and strangely affected by the moon. They were soon joined by odd, seemingly magical forest-dwelling folk. The town is known for its peculiar potions, made from the plants, gems, and minerals unique to this quiet corner of the world. Some ingredients can only be found at night, but only the truly adventurous stay out after dark. Some say it's a whole different world under the moonlight. Now, of course, those ingredients and things can be found in other saves, but they were just trying to set the flavor for the new hood that came with the new expansion, Supernatural. So yeah, like I said, it's the spooky day, it's Halloween, so I thought, why not come on, check out Moonlight Falls, and see what it's like at the very start of the game. Alright, and here we have the beautiful town of Moonlight Falls. It is, I would say it's pretty similar to something like Sunset Valley, but it's definitely got that woodland vibe. It's got, mostly pine, it looks like, or at least from here. It doesn't really look like, a nice, Sunset Valley's not subtropical or anything like that, but it feels warmer than this. This place feels like it feels like autumn, which I think is appropriate for today, of course. But it looks like a really nice little town. Looks like they got a baseball diamond here. But yeah, I thought we'd go ahead and we'd look at the major families in the town. The Van Goulds, who are one of the founders, and who were the other ones? The Wolves? I don't know if we'll look at every single family. This is not going to be one of my normal Sims Years Later series or whatever, but I did want to go ahead and look at most of the major ones. There may not actually be that many families in this town, but there might also be. Who is this, Papy? Oh, this is the Wolf clan here. This is Papy Wolf. Interesting. And here's the main Wolf clan, it looks like. Okay. So yeah, we'll look at all these guys here, and then I'll look around some of the lots and stuff, too. These must be fairies, I guess? Alright. So let's start up here with the Van Gould family. And I guess I gotta pick a family to to actually start the game. So choose a household, and I guess we're gonna choose the Van Goulds for right now. Alright, and here we are in the Van Gould. I have some mods in the background. Here we have the Van Gould household here. I guess this is the patriarch, Aiden Van Gould. He is definitely, if he stops moving here for just a second, he is definitely a vampire. Just looking at him like that. You can see he's got on his temple, he's got black blood veins. Definitely a vampire here. Let's see, where is the bio stuff? I can never remember. So, Aiden Van Gould is what vampires call old blood. Very rich, proper, and centuries old, Aiden claims to remember the actual founding of Moonlight Falls, even though he was a wee lad of 47 at the time. From the moment a werewolf hair landed on his suit, he developed a distaste for all things furry. The pesky Wolf family, also claiming to be the town's founders, isn't helping either. Aiden has spent his whole life building up Moonlight Falls into a charming town, and is not about to be to let everything he built be destroyed by the ridiculous claims of a few werewolves. So yeah, here's Aiden. No sense of humor, absent-minded, never nude, very proper, and he's very much a snob. I think that very much fits a vampire. But then he's got his son, Tristan? His son and his daughter. So we have got Tristan Gould, Von Gould here. And Tristan is very flirty. He's also brooding. He's vegetarian, which I feel like doesn't go with a vampire very well. But he's also a virtuoso. So, taking after his father, Tristan is very polite and more than a little stubborn. Unlike his dad, though, Tristan has a strong romantic streak in him, and also often stays up late composing love ballads on his guitar. He hopes to be a world-famous musician someday, although he's had many first dates, it's getting to that second date that's always eluded him. He might seem quiet or even brooding to most. I mean, it literally says he's brooding in his personality. But Tristan knows he's just saving up his most powerful emotions for that one special sim. And then his sister, Emily, is a night owl, a party animal, excitable and artistic. So she's very different from the rest of her family. She's even here wearing pink. So, yeah, so that's not what I hit there. So, a vampire who loves pink, pop, and loves of it, Emily missed the memo that encouraged all vampires to embrace a gothic lifestyle. Struggling to accept the vampiric style, Emily loves a good salad and spending time in the sun. She's not the vegetarian, though. She also finds cuddly and furry animals to be the cutest things in the world, and while her father assumes that the most controversial thing about his bubbly young daughter is her choice in colors, he would never suspect that the young Emily secretly has an unwavering crush on one Wayland Wolf. Ooh. So we got, like, the Romeo and Juliet thing here in the Van Gould family. Very cool. And, of course, their house here is just incredibly gothic, except for her room. A very, very cool house. They got an upstairs here with, like, the city view. Is this... Yeah, this is Moonlight Falls. Okay, I was going to say, is this maybe Sunset Valley? But no, this is Moonlight Falls. Cool. Right? Wait, hold on. No, this is Sunset Valley. Because that's the town hall, that's the main park. This is Sunset Valley, I'm an idiot. But yeah, no, this is a very nice little house. Very cool little family. Did they ever say what happened to the mother? No, their mother is not listed here. Maybe they're not biological children, they're just... He turned them into vampires and that's why? Maybe. I don't know. And of course, the next family that I want to look at here is the Wolf family, the main Wolf family. We'll check them out here and see what exactly they're all about. Werewolves, I presume. We have here a Dwayne Wolf, who is visiting the gym, it looks like. Alright, so Dwayne it can't stand art. He's handy, inappropriate, ambitious, and lucky. So Dwayne's doing the best he can to move his family up from their humble beginnings. Some things never change, though, as Dwayne is at his best goofing off, going for a run, or having a thrilling ride in a car. He knows that his ancestors founded Moonlight Falls, and he won't stand idly by while the Van Goulds take credit. His new political career has helped him solidify the Wolves' position as the first family of Moonlight Falls, and it helped him move their family out of their beat-up old shack into the beat-up old house. Look out, Wold, the wolves are on the prowl. What is his... Yeah, he's a yes man in the political career. Okay, that's very cool. And then is this his wife? Let's mouse over his wife. Yes, so this is Erica Wolf. Is she also a vampire? Or not a vampire, a werewolf? Yes, she is. Okay. So Erica Wolf here is unflirty, but she's neat, family-oriented, hot-headed, and athletic. They've got their 3 kids, though. All 3 of these are their kids here. So Erica is exactly as shy and refined as you'd expect a professional wrestler to be. Though semi-retired from the pro wrestling arena, she finds the wrestling with her children to be no walk in the park. She's a woman who speaks her mind and isn't afraid to back it up with her patented step-over arm lock. These skills come in quite handy as she attempts to wrestle her 3 hyper pups and anything less than total chaos. She may have married into the proud family, but make no mistake, she's a wolf loud and proud. And they have their 3 children, Waylon, who we know that Waylon is a... They're walking in unison here. Is he a teen? Yeah, he's a teen, okay. He has a crush or a romantic interest with Emily Van Gould. So that's very cool. They have a toddler named Gator. His name is Gator, really. Gator Wolf. That is such a name. He's a toddler. He's probably not going to have a whole lot, yeah. And then Wilhelmina. So they have such a robust and, I want to say, almost semi, posh, noble name like Wilhelmina. And then you have Gator. It's such it's a good dichotomy. I love that so much. Let's go to the actual wolf house. I think Erica's here, right? Yes, or she's at least outside. And it's very much a contrast from the Van Gould's house, but it also just kind of looks like a normal house. Nothing here really screams werewolf all that much, as far as I can tell. It really does just like a normal house, maybe like one you'd see in like the 70s. Like the browns and like the golds together, it looks very much like a 70s house. That might be the theme for the neighborhood, I don't know, but I like it a lot. They've got a really cool like outdoor back area for like Gator to play in. It's very cool. The Goodfellows here, they are fairies, so I do want to check on them too. I also want to look at Papy Wolf, just to check on him. And then I also want to do some more Halloween stuff. Yeah, here we have the Goodfellow family. This here is Pip Goodfellow, and who is he? He is the son of Flora Goodfellow. So let's start with Flora. She's on a group outing with her family, apparently. So Flora here loves the outdoors, is inappropriate, family-oriented, frugal, and a green thumb. Very fairy, as far as I'm concerned. So in her quest to understand human emotions, Flora has led several social experiments on humans. Of course, some of these are just good old-fashioned pranks. These include magically eliminating a single sock from the dryer, moving someone else's keys when they were right there, and also that thing where you tap someone's shoulder but then stand behind their other shoulder, so when they look around, they're looking the other way, over the wrong shoulder. Though Flora has some guilt in accidentally turning the Hopcraft toddler into a fairy, she looks forward to watching from afar to see how these events unfold. One prank stands head and shoulders above the others, providing a fairy child for that delightful Linda Rogers and welcoming a human baby into the Goodfellow home. Oh, it's like a changeling situation. Huh, so is Fawn maybe not their actual biological granddaughter, and the Hopfellow, or the what was they called? The Hopson? Hopcraft. The Hopcraft might be their actual biological child, and they just got swapped like good old changeling. Alright, and then this is her son. Pip is her son. So, while Flora is the brains behind the Goodfellow shenanigans, Pip is definitely the muscle behind her mischievous pranks. I mean, I guess. It doesn't really look like it. He's a bookworm. Maybe he plans him out. I don't know. He's a genius. His lighthearted nature and ability to talk himself in or out of any situation makes him the perfect fairy prankster. As a lifelong fairy, he's always been fascinated by the human sim culture and loves to read books by human authors. So taking a part-time job at the bookstore was a natural choice for him. A very influential fairy with friends all over town, Pip is able to pull off the ultimate prank of an adoption mix-up, changeling situation, involving Linda Rogers' newly adopted daughter. Okay. And this is Dahlia Goodfellow. So Dahlia is a sim who loves to live off the land and is respectful of Mother Nature. Dahlia is a fairy's fairy in the truest sense. She loves to spend the day tending to the gardens and nursing sick plants, but isn't above the occasional prank or two when her loving husband Pip isn't stirring up trouble. As a young girl, Dahlia would always sing and hum while she was tending the garden, and after being told she had the voice of an angel, she realized she had a real future as a musician. She warmly welcomes Fawn into her family and is excited to spend time with her new daughter. And then, of course, we have Fawn, who is not a fairy because she's not their actual biological child. A human adopted into a family of fairies. Fawn came into the Goodfellow family as part of a planned adoption mix-up with the help of Pip. In some families, being the only non-supernatural could make one feel like an outcast, but not so with Fawn, at least not yet. She's literally a toddler. Her parents are pleased as punch to have her as part of the family at a young age. Fawn is already almost ready to believe that she is a fairy, even though she's human. And then their home, let's look at their home. It might be something like nice and magical. Let's actually look at it here. They got bikes. They don't have a car. I guess that's a part of their in tune with nature thing, is that they don't use cars. It's like a treehouse. It's on stilts here. I've been playing a lot of like Elder Scrolls Online and just Elder Scrolls games, and this just gives me Valenwood Wood Elves vibes, and I like it a lot. I like it quite a bit. But it's a very small little house. There's not a whole lot to it, but that's fine. They probably don't need very much because they live off the land. And then, of course, we're going to look at Papy Wolf. I feel like I have to, look at him, see what he's all about here. So, oh, well, I guess we're not going to look at his house. Is he at the He's at the consignment shop, or is this the tavern? This is the tavern. Okay, so Papy is a bit insane, technophobe, loves the outdoors, party animal, and an angler. So Papy is the oldest and rowdiest of the wolves, and that's saying something. Papy's home, referred to by some as the Pound, isn't the nicest or neatest residence in town, but there's always a party going on, even if it's just Papy. He's never felt comfortable around anything he considers high-tech, and is the happiest out in the woods, but nothing brings a twinkle to his eyes like seeing his grandchildren and hunting as a pack with them. So, of course, he's got, the whole family here. Very cool. So let's go actually look at his house. Yeah, okay. This actually kind of reminds me of, Nigel Rosen's house from my Sims 2, Crontifold series. It reminds me of that, as those vibes, just not nearly as nice. And then the last family that I want to look at, and this is one of the only ones that I remember from like the very sparse amount of time that I played it here, the Goth family. It's not the Goth family that you know from Pleasant View or Sunset Valley. It's a completely different one, and we're going to check these guys out here. Because they're ghosts. At least most of them are ghosts here. So we have Samuel Goth here. And so you'll see that they have no like familial connections to the other Goths, but they do in their lore, I'm pretty sure. So Samuel is a Goth through and through. Although known as a hardworking, ambitious man, Samuel also has a bit of an insane streak. You can see that here. Most people attribute this streak to his sudden marriage to a woman much younger and poorer than he is. Samuel hasn't let his death from his favorite snack slow him down. He's still as ambitious as ever. He likes to attend events around the town to make sure people know that even though he's less than corporeal, he's still an important part of this town. He met Helen at a psychic convention, and the two quickly became very good friends. When Samuel learned Helen didn't have a place to stay, he offered her a room, a little to the dismay of Olivia. So Olivia is his wife, and does he have like a romantic relationship with Helen, or I don't know what's going on here. I have no idea. Alright, so then we have, of course, Samuel Goth. Or not Samuel Goth, sorry. Olivia Goth, who is his wife. She's a detective... Wait, she's dead, right? Okay, she must have died as an adult, and he's an elder? Yeah, okay. She died as a young adult. Wow, but she still only has 4 of these. Okay, whatever. Alright, let's read this thing. Even with the differences in their ages and social standing, Olivia knew Samuel was perfect for her from the instant they met. It was easy to ignore the taunts that she was only married to Samuel for his Goth family fortune. That was only one of the reasons. Olivia didn't even mind that Samuel's niece accompanied them to their new home in Moonlight Falls. Life became much harder when Olivia lost Samuel to a rogue magic jellybean. After all, what kind of relationship could she have with a ghost? In her despondence, she accidentally shorted out the stereo and became a ghost herself. Wow, lovely. Olivia has since stayed away from most electronics and doesn't really like all the new gadgets Helen keeps bringing into the house. So then this is Helen, the friend that Samuel made and brought into the house, I guess. She has no, like, connections, it looks like. A natural-born psychic. What's her career? Let's look at her career real quick. That has nothing to do with it. Okay. A natural-born psychic. Helen has many questions about ghosts that remain unanswered. Why don't they open doors? What could possibly be so fun about haunting furniture? Such are questions that Helen has always wanted to know. Living with a family full of ghosts might seem crazy and reckless to some, but for Helen, she's always been a risk taker, and living with a bunch of ghosts ranks among the lesser risks she's taken. Helen loves her video games and her other high-tech toys, but she's not sure how her high-tech lifestyle will fit in with a family of ghosts that are set in their ways. And then the last sim that we have here is actually on her way home, it looks like, from her friend. So this is Frida Goth. And Frida doesn't have a family here, but I guess she's Samuel's niece. Frida has never been interested in love or commitment. So when the family suggested marriage to a land grab to tie the influential families together, she decided relocation was in order. While she hated the falling out with her brother, Gunther, coming to Moonlight Falls with her uncle Samuel and his new bride Olivia seemed like the perfect fresh start. Things seemed great until Uncle Samuel's love for magic jelly beans caused his early demise. Olivia's heartbreak led to distraction, which in turn led to an electronic accident and fire, resulting in not just one of the ghosts in the house, but 3. Frida has adapted well, though, and being a ghost suits her just fine. So then let's look at the house here. It's probably just like a normal goth mansion, yeah? Very nice, very dark, very gothic, exactly what you would expect of the Goth family, and I really like it. I like it quite a bit, actually. It is now autumn in Moonlight Falls, and the Fall Festival has just made its way to town, setting up just in time to get everyone in the mood for Spooky Day. Don the best costume and come celebrate with us, won't you? Try your luck. The pie eating contest, the apple bobbing tank awaits. If competition doesn't strike your fancy, grab a City Slickers portion and watch from the sidelines. A trip through the haunted house may just leave you a changed sim, literally. Cap it all off with the stroll through the pumpkin patch to pick yourself a carven pumpkin fresh from the farm. We will not be going today since it's not, Spooky Day itself, but that is tomorrow, and we will be heading there on the spookiest of all the days. And hooray! Today is Spooky Day. It's time to celebrate. Visit the Fall Festival to grab some candy. Don't forget, it's the last day of Trick or Treat. Now, there are no kids or teenagers in this household, so I won't be trick or treating. I could obviously move to another household, but I figured let's celebrate Spooky Day with the spookiest family in town. So they're not going to throw a feast party or anything, because we're just going to go straight to the festival area once it opens up at 8 a.m. I think. All right, and we are here at the festival here for Moonlight Falls. It's a really nice little place. It's very well decorated. I think it's definitely spooky. We've got the haunted house here, which I think Samuel should go in. A ghost should definitely visit the haunted house, of course. And it's raining. I don't think he cares that much. The other ghosts might. I don't think Samuel cares. I'm pretty sure he died of drowning. That's why he's a little bit wet. No, he died because of jelly beans. Right, I remember now. Those aren't water droplets. Those are jelly beans. Alright, so he's going into the haunted house. The spooky place. That probably isn't actually all that spooky for him. Okay, well, he saw something in the mirror. That's fine. Alright, did he get anything from it? No, but that's still fine. He was touched by a ghost. Oh no! That's something that should never happen to him, of course. And then there's also the apple bobbing contest, which he should... Are the other Sims not here yet? I told them to come here. Why aren't they here? Guys, come here. I just found out there's They aren't at the park. They went to the library. Why did they go to the library? Guys, get over here. Please. Please go here. so we can all do the apple bobbing stuff together. Thank you. There we go. Now the whole family can enter the apple bobbing contest together. Also, apparently Helen got a money bag from the claw, which I don't... I'm surprised that's a prize, but it is. Alright. So they're going to do some apple bobbing here. I guess people are coming to watch. Who is going to win the apple bobbing contest? Who is getting the most out of all this? I saw Samuel. Yeah, Samuel's got a couple. I think he might be doing the best. I think he's winning. And who won the apple bobbing contest? I'm going to say, yeah, it had to have been Samuel, of course. Did he win anything besides tickets? Doesn't look like it. Oh, he's got his own gravestone, right. And now, I guess, how hungry are they? Most of them are hungry except for Helen. So they can enter the pie eating contest with Frida and Olivia. We're just waiting on a fourth member now, I think. Nope, we're going to go with just the three of us. Alright. 3 ghosts are joining a pie eating contest. Just smashing their faces down in that pie. And it looks like Samuel has won again. Samuel's just winning everything here. Yep, he's the pie eating contest. Of course he is. Now, of course, everybody needs to come by and they need to grab a pumpkin. Because we're all going to take a pumpkin home and we're all going to carve it. Alright, so Samuel's got his pumpkin out. So does Olivia. Frida is out on the front lawn carving hers. And Helen is upstairs in the library area. Cool. Alright, so she's got hers. Helen's got hers. She's got the silly one, I believe. Yep, this is silly. We're just going to put them all outside along the driveway here. Samuel's has got the regular, traditional old one. Olivia's got the ghost. Ooh, spooky. And then we're just waiting on Frida now to finish hers. And then, of course, Frida's got... Oh, she's still working on it. But Frida's got the kitty cat. And it is pretty late right now, so I'm going to go ahead and light all these up. And look at that. It is the spookiest of days. But yeah, that is Moonlight Falls. It is a spooky little town that I really have never, played fully before. And it's very cool, and I liked coming back to it on Halloween. Really fun, and maybe I will play a 40 days later playthrough of this neighborhood at some point. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.